Hey, are we live? We are live. Okay, cool. Hey, welcome everybody to today's reading. So let's get into today's reading. We are still in the book of Exodus, going through the 1 year chronological Bible. We are in day 43. So let's make this brief and let's jump into today's reading. So, day 43. God forbids his people from working on the Sabbath. He desires that his people honor the needs for rest, enjoy his presence, and celebrate his provision as they observe the Sabbath. Moses calls the people to contribute to the building of the tabernacle, the special sanctuary where God will dwell in their midst. Moses presents a list of needs, and the people generously rise to the occasion. In fact, their offering surpasses Moses' list needs. Forgiven Forgiven people give gratefully and generously. The skilled craftsmen God chose and gifted oversee the tabernacle's construction, beginning with the perimeters, the framework, the walls, and the covering of the sanctuary tent. Attention is given to the details and exact measurements. This tabernacle would serve Israel for over 500 years until Solomon builds the temple in Jerusalem. Its purpose, it reflected His purpose, as reflected in design, is to be a little piece of heaven on earth, a holy place where God dwells among his people. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get into today's reading. Instructions for the Sabbath, Exodus 35, 1 through 3. Then Moses called together the whole community of Israel and told them, "These are the instructions the Lord has commanded you to follow. You must have 6 days each week for your ordinary work. But the seventh day must be a Sabbath day, a complete rest, a holy day dedicated to the Lord. Anyone who works on that day must be put to death. You must not even lift a finger in any of your homes on the Sabbath." Gifts for the tabernacle. 6. Then Moses said to the whole community of This is what the Lord has commanded. Take a sacred offering for the Lord. Let those with generous hearts present the following gifts to the Lord: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, fine linen, goat's hair, and cloth, tan ram skin and fine goatskin leathers, acacia wood, olive oil for the lamps, spices for anointing oil, and the fragrant incense, onyx stones, and other gemstones to be set in the ephod and the priest's chest piece. Come, all you who are gifted craftsmen, construct everything that the Lord has commanded: the tabernacle and its sanctuary tent, its covering, frames, crossbars, posts, and basins, the ark and its carrying poles. The arks cover the place of atonement, the inner curtain, the shield of the ark, the table, its carrying poles, and all its utensils, the breads of the presence, the lights, the lampstands, its accessories, the lamp cups, and the olive oil for the light, the incense altar and its carrying poles, the anointing oil and fragrance incense, the curtain for the entrance of the tabernacle, the altar of the burnt offering, the bronze granting of the altar and its carrying poles and utensils, the wash basins with its stands, the curtains for the walls of the courtyard, the posts and their bases, the curtains for the entrance to the courtyard, the tent pegs of the tabernacle and courtyards, and their ropes, the beautifully stitched garments for the priests to wear while ministering in the holy place, the sacred garments for Aaron, the priest, and the garments for his sons to wear as they minister as priests. So the whole community of Israel left Moses and returned to their tents. All whose hearts were stirred and whose spirits were moved came and brought their sacred offerings to the Lord. They brought all the material needed for the tabernacle, for the performance of its rituals, and for the sacred garments. Both men and women came, all whose hearts were willing. They brought to the Lord their offerings of gold, brooches, earrings, rings from their fingers, and necklaces. They presented gold objects of every kind as special offerings to the Lord. All those who owned the following items willingly brought them: blue, purple, and scarlet thread, fine linen, goat's hair for clothing, and tan ram skins and fine goat skins leathers. And all who had silver and bronze objects gave them as sacred offerings to the Lord. And those who had acacia wood brought it for use in the project. All the women who were skilled in sewing and spinning prepared blue, purple, and scarlet thread and fine linen cloth. All the women who were willing to use their skills to spin the goat hair into yarn. The leaders brought onyx stone and the special gemstones to the set in the ephod, and the priest's chest piece. They also brought spices, and olive oil for the light, the anointing oil, and the fragrant incense. So the people of Israel, every man and woman who was eager to help in the work the Lord had given them through Moses, brought their gifts and gave them freely to the Lord. Then Moses told the people of Israel, "The Lord has specifically chosen Bezalel, son of Ur, grandson of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. The Lord has filled Bezalel with the Spirit of God, giving him great wisdom, ability, and experience in all kinds of crafts. He is a master craftsman, expert in working with gold, silver, and bronze. He is skilled in engraving and mounting gemstones and in carving wood. He is a master in every craft. And the Lord has given both him and Oholiam, son of Ahisham of the tribe of Dan, the ability to teach their skills to others. The Lord has given them special skills to engrave as engravers, designers, embroiderers in blue, purple, and scarlet thread, on fine linen cloth and weaves. They excel as craftsmen and as designers. The Lord has gifted Bezalel, Oholiam, and the other skilled craftsmen with wisdom and ability involving in building the sanctuary. Let them construct and furnish the tabernacle just as the Lord had commanded. So Moses summoned Bezalel and Oholiam and all the others who were specially gifted by the Lord and were eager to get to work. Moses gave them the materials donated by the people of Israel as sacred offerings for the completion of the sanctuary. But the people continued to bring the additional gifts each morning. Finally, the craftsmen who were working on the sanctuary left their work. They went to Moses and reported, "The people have given more than enough material to complete the job the Lord has commanded us to do." So Moses gave the command, and his messengers was sent throughout the camp. Men and women, don't prepare any more gifts for the sanctuary. We have enough. So the people stopped bringing their sacred offerings. Their contribution were more than enough to complete the whole project. Building the tabernacle, Exodus 36, 8 through 38. The skilled craftsmen made 10 curtains of finely woven linen for the tabernacle. Then Bezalel decorated the curtains with blue, purple, and scarlet thread and with skillfully embroidered cherubs. All 10 curtains were exactly the same size, 42 feet long and 6 feet wide. 5 of these curtains were joined together to make one long curtain, and the other 5 were joined to make a second long curtain. He made 50 loops of blue yarn and put them along the edge of the last curtain in each set. The 50 loops along the edge of one curtain matched the 50 loops along the edge of the other curtain. Then he made 50 gold clasps and fastened the long curtain together with the clasp. In this way, the tabernacle was made of one continuous piece. He made 11 curtains of goat's hair clothed to serve as a tent covering for the tabernacle. These 11 curtains were all exactly the same size, 45 feet long, 6 feet wide. Bezalel joined 5 of these curtains together to make one long curtain, and the other 6 were joined to make a second long curtain. He made 50 loops for the edge of each large curtain. He also made 50 bronze clamps to fasten the long curtain together in this way. The tent covering was made of one continuous piece. He completed the tent covering with a layer of tan ram skin and a layer of fine goat's leather skin. For the framework of the tabernacle, Bezalel constructed frames of acacia wood. Each frame was 15 feet high and 27 inches wide, with 2 pegs under each frame. All the frames were identical. He made 20 of these frames to support the curtains on the south side of the tabernacle. He also made 40 silver bases, 2 bases under each frame, with the pegs fitting securely into the bases. For the north side of the tabernacle, he made another 20 frames, with their 40 silver basins, 2 basins under each frame. He made 6 frames for the rear, the west side of the tabernacle, along with 2 additional frames to reinforce the rear corners of the tabernacle. These corners frames were matched at the bottoms and firmly attached at the tops with a single ring, forming a single corner until both of these corners units were made the same way. So there were 8 frames at the rear of the tabernacle set and 60 silver basins, 2 basins under each frame. Then he made crossbars of acacia wood to link the frames, 5 crossbars for the north side of the tabernacle and 5 for the south side. He also made 5 crossbars for the rear of the tabernacle, which faced west. He made the middle crossbar to attach halfway up the frames. It ran all the way from one end of the tabernacle to the other. He overlaid the frames with gold and made gold rings to hold the crossbars. Then he overlaid the crossbars with gold as well. For the inside of the tabernacle, Bezalel made a special curtain of finely woven linen. He decorated it with blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and with skillfully embroidered cherubims. For the curtain, he made 4 posts of acacia wood and 4 gold hooks. He overlaid the posts with gold and set in 4 silver basins. Then he made another curtain for an entrance to the sacred tent. He made it of fine woven linen and embroidered it with exquisite designs using blue, purple, and scarlet thread. This curtain was hung on gold hooks attached to 5 posts. The posts, with their decoration tops and hooks, were overlaid with gold, and the 5 basins were cast from bronze. Awesome. Well, that's a pretty short read today, but it's amazing to me how you're reading this, and it just, the thing that stands out to me in this chapter, and I always just go back to it, is how the Lord put his spirit in the individuals that were supposed to build the tabernacle. He gave these special gifts and to them. And I was wondering, like, even in our lives nowadays, how, what special gifts has God put in me? What special gifts has he put in you that he's highlighting? They say, hey, this is what I've designed you to build. So as we end today's reading, I would encourage everybody out there just to go before the Lord and be like, what are the special gifts that you have put inside of me? There are to bring honor and glory to you, Father. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that reading. And with that being said, I'll see y'all tomorrow.